So my channel is not political, and I don't usually talk about bills and other political things. I tend to steer clear of politics and religion in my videos. But the one big beautiful bill just passed and will most likely affect ACA coverage. This pertains to me and many of my viewers, so I thought I'd share what I've learned and read about this bill. There are many parts to this bill, but I'm only going to be talking about how it affects ACA coverage. This is also a topic that I would normally put out on a Friday, but I wanted to get it out there sooner. The one big beautiful bill represents a pretty big shift in healthcare policy. It's likely to have a big impact on ACA and could lead to higher costs and reduced access to coverage. The bill affects the ACA's subsidies by tightening the verification requirements. This could potentially lead to higher premiums and reduced coverage for some people. The bill's impact on Medicaid may also indirectly affect ACA. So for the tighter verification requirements, the bill has stricter verification processes, particularly for those with incomes between 100% and 400% of the federal poverty level. In 2025, 100% of the federal poverty level for a single person is $15,650, and 400% of the federal poverty level is $62,600. My income falls within that range, so I'm assuming this will affect me. This will probably involve additional documentation. I'm assuming it's right when you apply and you have to upload all your documents. I applied in November 2024 for the 2025 plan year. I did not want to use my 2024 income tax return because it was vastly different from what my 2025 income would look like because I retired halfway through 2024. So I uploaded several different documents that showed my income. I'm guessing this process will become more strict. For the 2026 plan year, I can use my 2025 income tax return because it will accurately reflect my retirement income. But since I have a mutual funds account, I always have to wait until February to file my income taxes. I have to wait for those 1099 forms to get here. So hopefully I can still be covered in January and February before I get my income tax returns. I'll definitely keep you updated. The bill eliminates using projected income for subsidies in certain situations. I used projected income when I applied in 2024. These changes are aimed at reducing fraud and ensuring that people who really need the subsidies are able to get them. This I do understand. By tightening verification and potentially reducing access to subsidies, this could lead to an increase in ACA premiums for many people. The bill does not include an extension of the enhanced premium subsidies. This could lead to a significant increase in premiums for some people when those subsidies expire. There's really no way to predict how much the premiums are going to increase. All we can do is wait until it's time to apply and see how much it might cost. This year, with those subsidies, I've had free medical insurance, which is great. But I've always been aware that we could lose those subsidies, and I've always had a backup plan for that. Here you can see the medical plan I have now would be $782 a month without any kind of credits. I live in Washington State. It varies quite a bit between states. I'm getting a $695 a month tax credit, and I'm also getting $87 a month in Cascade Care savings. Some of that is going to go away. It's still unclear to me whether it will all go away or just some of it. One article I read said without the enhanced subsidies, a person making just over poverty level would pay about 2% of their income for a benchmark silver plan. With the enhanced subsidies that we have now, most people right above the poverty level qualify for these benchmark silver plans for free. This is what I currently have. Without the enhanced subsidies, a person making just above 400% of the federal poverty level would have to pay full price for their insurance premiums. This is because they would be ineligible for any financial assistance. Currently, with the enhanced subsidies, they pay no more than 8.5% of their household income. So we're really just going to have to wait and see what happens and how much plans will cost next year. My personal backup plan has always been going with the health share plan if ACA ends up being more than $300 or $400 a month in the year 2026 and beyond. A health share plan would be around $300 a month, and I would use it for 5 years until I could get Medicare. Christian Health Ministries and Zion Health Share are the two that I've heard the best reviews about. But I'm sure there are other good ones. A lot of people are scared of health share plans, and I get it. But I've spent a lot of time researching my options. At this time, I'm healthy and I don't take any medications. But I don't want to go without any type of insurance. With the health share plan, I could put my HRA, my health reimbursement arrangement, back on full coverage and use it to pay for any out-of-pocket medical costs aside from the health share premiums. My sister, who retired early, has been using a health share plan for years, and she's been really happy with it. She uses Christian Health Ministries. Dave Ramsey recommends them. I also know a friend of a friend who uses Christian Health Ministries. She had a heart attack and ended up in the hospital for several days. Christian Health Ministries paid for all of her costs aside from that unshareable amount. And that's kind of like a deductible for each incident. I've read a few reviews where health shares didn't pay for the bills, but I've also read several reviews of health insurance companies who refused to pay for a bill too. That can be an issue no matter what route you go. I'm hopeful that my 2026 ACA premiums will be under $400 and I can just continue with this. If not, I'll switch to a health share plan. There's nothing on the ACA websites yet about the new projected costs for premiums. I imagine it'll be a while before that's available. I get so many comments from people saying the only reason they can't retire is health insurance. Others have said they have to work until they're 65 and can get Medicare. If that is truly the only thing holding you back, there are options out there. Planning in advance is what can help you retire early. Many people think ACA is only out there for very low income people or people without other health insurance options like self-employed people. But most people can get ACA. They use your modified adjusted gross income. Modified adjusted gross income is your adjusted gross income plus any of these. If you plan carefully and keep your modified adjusted gross income in that range, you can still be eligible for some ACA financial assistance. One article I read said the bill will limit eligibility for premium subsidies. To me, that sounds like they won't be 100% gone. They'll probably be a lot harder to get though. I believe my modified adjusted gross income will be somewhere between $25,000 and $31,000 in 2025. Then after the standard deduction, my taxable income will be between $10,000 and $16,000. That'll put me mostly in the 10% tax bracket. I might spill a little bit into the 12% bracket. But for ACA, the income used is your modified adjusted gross income, not your taxable income. So ACA would look at my $25,000 to $31,000 income. ACA eligibility is based on income, not assets, not your net worth. So from what I understand, and again, I am not an expert, most people will still be eligible for some ACA financial assistance. How much is unclear, but those who make more than 400% of the federal poverty level would have to pay full price for their premiums. But very few people who use ACA insurance have incomes above 400% of the federal poverty level. I certainly don't. So we're just going to have to wait and see what the ACA premiums look like for 2026. I'm hoping to continue with ACA and I'm expecting to have to pay at least a few $100s a month for it. And I'm okay with that. But if it ends up costing more than $300 or $400 a month, then I'll go with a health share plan. Something else worth mentioning, in some states, you can get Farm Bureau health insurance. Not where I live, but it could be an option for you. How will this new bill affect you? If you want to share, feel free to leave a comment. If you're seeing me for the first time, hi, I'm Julie and this channel's Happy on Monday. Thanks for joining me. If you found this helpful, please like. And if you're interested in retiring early, consider subscribing. I'm going to leave you with a quote. Invest in your health today. Prevention is the best insurance against unexpected health risks. Hope to see you again soon.